Thank you very much. That kind of sounded impressive. I was looking around for somebody else coming. I thought maybe Dave had found somebody else, but I am Jim Rich. I work at Fox 9 here in the Twin Cities, and it is truly a great honor for me to be your Master of Ceremonies today at such a prestigious event. I mean, this is so cool because I've been around this sport for a long, long time. I've been honored to be the Master of Ceremonies for the Patty Kazmaier Memorial Award on other occasions, and it's a great honor to be asked back here again today because it's so great. It's, you know, I got the gray hair now, and I've been able to watch women's hockey grow throughout the years. Usually you don't live to really see a sport take off, but women's hockey has skyrocketed and allowed people like myself to watch these players develop the skill, develop the talent, develop the teamwork that it takes to win championships and to attain a great individual honor such as the one we're going to bestow today. First off, I'm glad everybody's up. Did you guys have to hit the snooze bar a couple times after that hockey last night? Remarkable hockey, and it shows you the competitiveness now of collegiate hockey for the women. The defending champs, Clarkson, get here in overtime, 1-0. Somebody in this room had a big factor in that. And Colgate in double overtime, 16:03 of the second overtime. They advance, beating Wisconsin. So congratulations to those players and those teams that are here with us today. Now, as I said, I've been around this sport a long time. I've been able to call games over the years and watch women's hockey develop, not only nationally but internationally. And this year, I got to partake in a very cool event, first time ever for women's collegiate hockey to be a part of Hockey Day Minnesota. And for those of you that aren't here, it's a celebration of the sport put on by the Minnesota Wild, Fox Sports North, and they have outdoor hockey, and usually they feature high school games. Well, this year they took the step because of the growth of your sport. It had St. Cloud State and UMD play in an outdoor venue, and it was just fabulous. The whole state shuts down to watch this event, and it was great to see the women out there competing. I mean, this season started back on September 22nd, Wisconsin beating Linwood, and now here we are 6 months later, March 17th on St. Patrick's Day, with just about 24 hours to go till we determine this year's national championship. By the way, happy St. Patrick's Day to those of you who are Irish or will be pretending to be Irish later this evening. It certainly, though, has been an outstanding year, especially fun to see Colgate and Ohio State in the Frozen Four for the first time ever. It's always nice to see new schools emerge, and it's kind of the theme, as I said, the competitiveness now. Anyone can win on any night. And of course, to Clarkson and Wisconsin, the Frozen Four, pretty much old hat. You guys are here so many times. The teams you saw last year met for the national championship with Clarkson emerging victorious, and they got a shot at another tomorrow. As a matter of fact, this is the 5th straight year for Wisconsin, and Mark Johnson bringing the Badgers to the Frozen Four, and the 4th time in 5 years for Clarkson, a stretch, of course, that includes a couple of national championships. Now, on to the Patty Kazmaier front. Great to see a Robert Morris player make the top 10 for the first time ever as a top 10 finalist. Congratulations to Brittany Howard for holding that distinction. It's the 3rd straight year a Wisconsin goaltender has made the top 10. Now, as far as the top 3 finalists go, a couple of quick facts here that really jumped out to me. Pretty cool. Only 2 other freshmen have made the top 3 in the first 20 years of the award. Nora Ratu back in 2010 and Mega Augusta in 2007. And of course, this year we have the 3rd, Daryl Watts. Congratulations to her. Also, Victoria Bach is only the 2nd player from Boston University to make the top 3. So, could be a very historic day here. We'll just have to see how this all plays out. All right, I've spoken enough, and now I'd like to introduce to you the executive director of USA Hockey in his first year, and he is now leading the charge for USA Hockey. Please give a warm welcome to Pat Keller.
Thank you, Jim. Good morning, everyone, and happy St. Patrick's to everyone. I am a little embarrassed. I'm not sure if you guys could tell, I am somewhat Irish, and I did not pack a stitch of green clothing with me. So please don't tell my mother or my parents or anybody back home. So on behalf of our president, Jim Smith, and more than 1 million coaches, players, officials, and volunteers across the country, welcome to this year's edition of the Patty Kazmaier Memorial Award event. It's great to be here in the state of hockey for this, and hard to believe, as Jim mentioned, it's our 21st edition of the Patty Kazmaier. It goes back a long way, and it's really something that we're really proud of at USA Hockey to be associated with this. Treated to a couple of great games yesterday, 4 amazing teams. Very excited to watch that hockey. As Jim mentioned, the level of play was outstanding. And good luck to our 2 teams that'll be playing tomorrow afternoon in the final. I'm sure you'll put on another treat for the crowd. I think many of you in the room are aware USA Hockey and the USA Hockey Foundation have done a lot for girls and women's hockey over the years and led the charge in many endeavors. Most important and specific this year with the Olympic hockey. Our former president, the late Walter Bush, who's from the Minneapolis suburb of Edina, was the man who pushed to have women's hockey in the Olympic Games. And I think after what we all witnessed in Pyeongchang, we're certainly glad that that happened. Obviously a great event for USA Hockey, but an incredible spectacle for the women's game to be displayed at that level. I think no matter where you are, what country you're from, it was a great game to watch, and the highest level of hockey. We couldn't have been prouder to see that event, and certainly we were pleased with the way it came out. USA Hockey helped start this championship in 1998, and then it was taken over with our friends at the NCAA, and they've done a tremendous job raising the level of this event, the profile. So we've had a lot of great competition here, and again, we'll see another great game tomorrow. These events, like the Olympics, the NCAA Frozen Four, all of the things that people do around here help inspire more and more kids to play. So it's fun to watch. We've seen a tremendous growth in girls and women's hockey across the country, and we know that events like this play a big part in it. Finally, the USA Hockey Foundation helped establish this award in 1998 to honor the best player in women's Division I college hockey and also to help raise the profile of the sport. And again, I think it goes a long way to what all of you do to help celebrate here today. We also at USA Hockey are committed to make sure the game of hockey across the world is getting better, especially on the women's side. And I think college hockey plays a huge role in that. I'm sure all of you watched all the teams play over in Pyeongchang, and we had many athletes there that have played college hockey before, and I'm sure we'll have hopefully some athletes that are here today, maybe 4 years from now, representing their countries in Beijing, China. We all know hockey is a great sport, the things that it does for kids, the life lessons that are learned, all those things that make this game something unique and something special. We also have a special camaraderie within our sport, so it's exciting, again, to be here and see so many people that have friendships and go way back with one another because of the sport of hockey. And it's great also to have some youth players here. I see a team back here today. From where are you guys from? St. Louis? All right, all the way from St. Louis to be here. Good to see you and have you. I'd like to again thank all of you for attending today. Also want to single out a few people, which is always dangerous because you get in trouble for doing that. But we couldn't do this without the support of the National Hockey League, the support they give not only to USA Hockey but also to events like this that we do. The Minnesota Wild, who do incredible things here throughout the state, and again a great partner and friend of USA Hockey's. And as I mentioned earlier, the NCAA for the things that they do all the way through for this sport. While they couldn't be here today, I want to make sure we recognize the Kazmaier and Sant families for all that they've done for college hockey and for this award. They've had a tremendous impact and influence on this game, and again, to help bring this award to light every year is significant. You'll hear from Laura Halderson in a little bit, who'll represent the families today. And finally, I'd like to offer my congratulations to Victoria, Lauren, and Daryl. All 3 of you obviously had incredible seasons and outstanding representatives for the college game. I wish you all luck, and I wish Lauren luck as well tomorrow in her game. So everyone enjoy the celebration. Thanks for being here, and thanks for all you do for hockey.
Thanks very much, Pat. Well, as he mentioned, there's another team here besides the ones in the Frozen Four. You know what? I think we got to check in on them. See how things are going. You know, they're all the way up here from St. Louis. You guys really have that big arch there in your town? Really? Really? Is there gold under it? You know, this is St. Patrick's Day. There isn't?
No.
Darn, all right. Well, can you stand up for a second, please? We want you to look at the camera so everybody can see you. All right, what's your name?
Chloe
Chloe what?
Mullins.
All right. So, did you watch some of that hockey yesterday? What'd you think of those games?
It was awesome.
It was awesome. You're right. All right, so what got you excited about playing hockey?
I saw my brother playing hockey, and I don't really know.
So you saw your brother playing, you said, I can do that. Are you better than your brother now?
Yes.
Perfect, perfect. All right, what position do you play?
Forward.
All right, now you saw in the Olympics they went to that shootout. You know, there's some pretty crazy moves on. Have you practiced your shootout? And what would you do if you had a shootout like that?
I don't know.
Well, you got some time to think about it, okay? Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right, let's pick out another one here. Congratulations. Oh, you want to be a representative? All right, well, I guess they're not shy here in St. Louis. All right, what's your name?
Sophie Coons.
All right, and what'd you think of the hockey you watched yesterday?
It was fun.
Pretty entertaining, huh?
Yeah.
All right, what got you interested in this sport?
Well, I learned how to skate when I was like 3 or 4, so I've kind of been playing hockey my whole life, and yeah.
That's fantastic. 3 or 4, that's like puny. That's little.
Yeah.
Wasn't the rink like giant? You get lost out there?
No.
All right, so I asked your teammate, if you had a chance or shootout, what kind of move would you put on? Do you have any idea what you'd do?
No.
Come on, has somebody got an idea here? All right, we got one here. Thank you so much. Welcome to Minnesota. All right, what's your name?
Alexis Hutchinson.
Ooh, I like this one. It says, stand up so the camera can see you right there. All right, so you got the chance. You're going in on the shootout. What do you do?
Fake and backhand it in.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, do you have a name for it? You know, because there is a famous name. You think you got something? Maybe something Liberty or something involved with that?
No, I don't really know.
All right, well, congratulations. Thank you guys for coming out. Let's have a round of applause for them coming here. And you know what? One of these years, one of these players may be up on that video board for the Patty Kazmaier Memorial Award. And to find out more why we're all here and why everybody's so excited about this event, just watch the video screens and it'll explain.
Hi, I'm AJ Malesko.
And I'm Natalie Darwitz, and we'd like to welcome you to the Patty Kazmaier Memorial Award ceremony.
We join USA Hockey and the USA Hockey Foundation in celebration of the top honor in women's college hockey.
Congratulations to all the nominees and the 3 finalists.
As a previous winner of this award, I know how honored I am to be associated with Patty.
Patty was a truly inspiring individual, both on and off the sheet of ice.
In 1998, the USA Hockey Foundation established the Patty Kazmaier Memorial Award in honor of Patty and all of her amazing achievements.
Today's award winners represent the highest standards, both on and off the sheet of ice.
Good luck to this year's finalists.
We look forward to having you join this special group.
As one of a small group of female ice hockey players in the early 80s, Patty Kazmaier anchored the Princeton University defense. She helped guide the Tigers to 3 consecutive Ivy League championships from 1981 to 1984. During her senior season, Patty, a talented and determined athlete, collected all ECAC first team and all Ivy League first team honors, capping a decorated collegiate career.
Well, I think as a skater, she was one of the best at that time, and just a very physical presence out there. You know, I kind of think in later years in women's hockey of somebody like Tara Moundsey or Angela Ruggiero, sort of in that mold for the early days of the sport. And she was a rock. I mean, if you ran into her, normally you were the one that was going to fall down just because she was so strong on her skates, had a great shot.
Prior to her collegiate career, Patti was an outstanding student athlete at the Middlesex School in her hometown of Concord, Massachusetts. She excelled in field hockey and lacrosse, and without a girls' ice hockey team, she practiced with the boys' squad. Her path soon led to Princeton, where her father, Dick Kazmaier, won the Heisman Trophy in 1951. Patti was close with her dad, and when she could, she wore his favorite number, 42.
In addition to blazing a path as a women's ice hockey pioneer, Patti quietly demonstrated unrivaled leadership, charisma, and a drive off the ice, setting her apart as a remarkable individual. Patti's athletic excellence and passion for life quickly helped her win her own place in history.
When I think of Patti, I think of what an inspiring individual she was, and she just was so experienced and balanced in her entire life, and she's really an example for all of us.
Recognizing the growth of women's college hockey, the USA Hockey Foundation established the Patty Kazmaier Memorial Award in 1998. It was named after Patti to honor her memory and her outstanding achievements. Today's award winner represents the highest standards of competitive and personal excellence. Our accomplishments as the most outstanding players in women's college hockey are being recognized on a national stage thanks to pioneers like Patty Kazmaier.
To win the Patty Kazmaier Award was an incredible honor. You know, when you think about what Patti stands for and everything that she went through, and just what the award stands for in general, it was amazing to be standing up there and equated with everything that she had done, I think. You know, and then when you think about the players prior to myself that had won, and just to be on the same level as them, as how you contributed to women's college hockey, was quite the honor.
We live in an age where kids live in the moment, play in the moment. It's good to have reflection as with regard to how the sport came to where it is and the people that were involved in making the opportunities available to these kids today. Patty Kazmaier, Laura Halderson, Digit Murphy, these are people that were trailblazers, and you know, our sport wouldn't be where it is today without their help.
It's an honor to be mentioned amongst such great athletes, such great people, and especially somebody like Patti that did so much throughout her life and has continued on. And it's quite an honor, and definitely something that I really appreciate, and I hope that I've made her proud.
It just heightens awareness, number one. It's an opportunity to award and recognize, honor one of the nation's best on a given year, but it's more than that. When you look at the history of our sport, we've been continuously scratching to gain more recognition nationally and across the world, and women's hockey is a tremendously fast-growing sport, but with awards such as these that hold so much prestige, it just helps accelerate the development of our sport.
Past winners include gold, silver, and bronze medal winning Olympians, world champions, and members of NCAA championship teams. Some have pioneered the women's professional hockey movement in the National Women's Hockey League, and all have gone on to succeed and inspire in many other facets of life.
I think Patty Kazmaier has a very compelling story, and it's very appropriate that this national award be named after her. Not only for her personal story and her tragic death at a young age, but really her family is just a fantastic story when it comes to women's sports and sports in general, because her dad, you know, having won the Heisman while he was at Princeton and being a huge supporter of women's athletics. You know, Patty had a sister who played goaltender at New Hampshire, and I know her dad went to a lot of games both at UNH and at Princeton. And so, you know, and he's done so much in many different ways for women's athletics. And so there's a lot of different aspects of the Kazmaier story that make this a special award, and I think give real meaning to those that win the award.
Hopefully it'll go on and grow, and women's hockey will go on and grow and prosper, and the winners will you know, sometime have the fraternity that the Heisman winners have at the present time.
In her short life, Patty Kazmaier touched many people. Through this award, she now continues to influence future generations as her legacy lives on.
And now you can see why. Yeah, that deserves applause. That deserves applause. And now you can see why this is such a prestigious honor when you see the history and see what a special athlete and even more remarkable person Patti was. And to find out more about the top 3 finalists, we're going to speak to each of their coaches. And first we're going to speak to Katie King-Crowley about her player. And you haven't known her that long because she's just a freshman, just the 3rd ever to be named a top 3 finalist for this honor. Can you explain how this happened? When you recruited her, did you know that in the back of your mind, you could be here today?
At some point, I don't think any of us thought that it would be in her freshman year, but you know, Daryl's obviously a great player. She had a tremendous year for us, and not only is she a great player, but she's a great person too. So we're really happy for her. She's had a great year, and I hope that she continues to have a great career at Boston College.
All right, how did she transition so quickly? What did you see as a coach that you could be confident in her, throw her out in pressure situations and knew that she could come through for you?
Well, coming into school, we knew she was an elite player. So, you know, she was put in pretty much all aspects of our game on the power play, on the penalty kill, and on a regular shift. And we had a little bit of a short bench this year, so she was out there quite a bit trying to score goals. So, you know, we needed her this year, and she came through for us.
All right, congratulations. All right, now let's talk to Brian DeRocher, who's the head coach at Boston University. And Victoria Bach, she's had to do quite a bit for you. She's been a key contributor for your club over the years. What's made her the player that she's developed into for your club?
Well, obviously, she's somebody who pushes herself every single day. She came with a lot of talent and probably the great assistant coaches we had at BU, to say the least. But, you know, she's had a career all 4 years that have been very decorated, very successful, and I think what got her here today is she saved her best for last. This year, when maybe our team was down a bit, she was there to help us and carry the team, and not just on the ice, but as a quiet leader, as somebody in the community, and somebody that I think hockey players could look up to, female hockey players could look up, and she's an ambassador for Boston University.
All right, so when you coached her this season, did you have these expectations, even though, like you said, there was some things that were, you know, going on, that there would be a lot of pressure on her?
Yeah, everybody's got to deal with pressure, but the track record indicated that she was going to be a talented player. Again, she had a off-the-charts year this year, and, you know, along with some of her key teammates, helped our team accomplish, but she certainly got singled out with the, you know, goal-scoring production, and it was a great playmaker at the same time, so hats off to her for finding her way here and having a great final year.
Great, thank you very much. Congratulations. And finally, we're going to speak with Matt DeRochers. Clarkson, you awake?
Yeah, it was a late night last night, but glad to be here.
All right, your finalist was pretty good last night. Explain how she has developed into be one of your key components to your team.
Yeah, I just think it's been the work ethic that she's had over her career at Clarkson. You know, she came in and she had goals for herself, and she's worked hard each and every year to achieve those goals. And obviously, she's put a lot of it together this year and had the year that she had.
All right. When you watch her and watch what she does on the ice, are there times where you just kind of sit back and go, dang, that's pretty good?
Yeah, definitely. I think you can see from last night's game, she's a pretty dynamic player. She's got a ton of skill, but one of her biggest things is her ability to elevate her game in those clutch situations, and we saw that last night with that overtime winner.
All right, congratulations. Good luck tomorrow.
All right, thank you.
All right, here comes my favorite time of these events because I know how good the food is here. We're going to have brunch, then we'll come back and we'll find out which one of these 3 will be the 2018 Patty Kazmaier Memorial Award winner. Now, we need you to watch the servers. They'll send the tables in to get the food right there. So smile, because she'll pick you out if you're real nice and you get to go first. We'll be back with the rest of the program in just a bit. Welcome back. And now it really gets interesting for our top 3 finalists as we come closer to announcing the 21st winner of the Patty Kazmaier Memorial Award. But before we get to that, we have to thank this crew here at the McNamara Center for an outstanding meal. That was fabulous. Thank you so much. You can save that big piece over there. I'll take that. He's waving back there. Perfect. All right. As we begin the second half of the program, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you someone who played alongside Patty Kazmaier for 3 seasons at Princeton, and they had tremendous success. They won 3 Ivy League championships with the Tigers. In 1996, she became the inaugural women's coach here at the University of Minnesota and went on to lead the Gophers to 3 national championships while amassing 278 career victories over 10 seasons. In 2014, she was inducted into the University of Minnesota M Club Hall of Fame. Please give a warm welcome to Laura Halderson. Laura?
Okay, good morning. Thank you. I want to thank everyone for being here at this special event on this special weekend of college women's hockey. The National Player of the Year will be named today, and we will crown the national championship team tomorrow. It's a big weekend. I want to thank USA Hockey for sponsoring this event since 1998. That was 20 years ago. Actually, 1998 was very historic. We heard Pat talk about a little bit of this earlier. It was the first year of the Patty Kazmaier Award, the first year of a college national championship tournament, and the first year that women's hockey was part of the Olympics. Not only was 1998 a big year for women's hockey in general, it was also a big year for USA Hockey. This organization created the Kazmaier Award and then honored the first recipient, Brandy Fisher, from the University of New Hampshire. USA Hockey was also the driving force behind the inaugural AWHCA national tournament, which was won by Fisher's Wildcats team. And to top it all off, USA Hockey put together an Olympic team that brought home the first gold medal for women's hockey, all in 1998. I'd say that's a pretty good year. I know of a couple people in the room today who were involved in some of these firsts. Nadine Muzzerall, head coach from The Ohio State, competed in that first national tournament in Boston. And Katie King-Crowley, head coach from The Boston College, was on the gold medal winning U.S. team in Nagano, Japan. Isn't it great to see the success they are both having 20 years later? And I would be remiss if I didn't congratulate USA Hockey and Reagan Carey, the director of women's hockey, on this year's Olympic gold medal. That must have felt really good, and it definitely helped elevate the sport while also drawing many new fans to women's hockey. Congratulations. So here we are in 2018. I want to congratulate Clarkson, Colgate, Ohio State, and Wisconsin for making it to the Frozen Four. With so many great teams across the country, there is no doubt that it is a tremendous accomplishment to make it this far. We had 2 exciting semifinal games that were decided in overtime yesterday, and I'm sure it will be a great championship game on Sunday. Congratulations to Ohio State and Wisconsin on their terrific seasons, and good luck to both Clarkson and Colgate tomorrow. I also want to congratulate the top 3 finalists for this year's Patty Kazmaier Memorial Award: Victoria Bach from Boston University, Lauren Gable from Clarkson University, and Daryl Watts from Boston College. You 3 have certainly made your mark this year and have racked up a lot of points. One of you will walk out of here today as the next Patty Kazmaier Memorial Award recipient, and good luck to each of you. I'd also like to recognize Kristen Campbell, Savannah Harmon, and Shay Tiley, who were top 10 finalists this season, and obviously they had a lot to do with helping their teams reach the Frozen Four as well. Actually, I'd like everyone in the room who is or whoever has been in the top 10 or the top 3 for the Kazmaier to please stand and be recognized. You have all helped shape the legacy of this prestigious award. Thank you for doing that. I know that many of you have heard me talk in the past about Patty Kazmaier and her father, Dick Kazmaier. I was a teammate of Patty's in college, and I also knew her dad pretty well. It is my honor to continue to keep their memories and their stories alive through this event. Dick and his wife, who's also called Patty, had 6 daughters, and 2 of them played college women's hockey in the early 80s. Patty was a defenseman at Princeton, and her older sister, Kathy, was a goalie at UNH. I remember Dick would make every effort to see both daughters play each weekend. He was amazing. Dick's own athletic career was historic. At Maumee High School in Ohio, he played football, basketball, track and field, baseball, and golf. That's what you call a multi-sport athlete, eh? I threw in the A for our Canadian friends in the room, including our 3 finalists. Dick chose football as his #1 sport, and all he did was win the Heisman Award at Princeton University in 1951 as a halfback, kicker, and quarterback. In 1960, he was named the Ivy League Football Player of the Decade and was on the cover of Time magazine. He was the last Ivy League player to win the Heisman Trophy. Let's fast forward to 1996. There was a small group of people here in Minnesota who were working on creating an award that would honor the top player in college women's hockey, sort of like the Heisman from football. Jim Erickson, whose daughter had played at Dartmouth, was leading this group. Then USA Hockey stepped up and said they were also interested in supporting this important endeavor. One of the suggested names for the award had been Patty Kazmaier, due to her abilities on the ice and her story off the ice. USA Hockey took that idea and ran with it, and actually got Dick Kazmaier involved in establishing the award in his daughter's name. Dick was thrilled that Patty would be forever linked to such a meaningful award and that her story would continue to be told, inspiring others for many years to come. So let me tell you a little bit about Patty's story. Patty was a very unique individual. She was a free spirit who was extremely sensitive and kind, just a really nice person. She cared about everyone on the team. She was also a nonconformist. She didn't need to do what everybody else did. She was her own person, and here are some examples. While the rest of us lived in standard dorm rooms at Princeton with female roommates, she lived in an off-campus house that included boys. Most of us ate in the dining halls where we had an unlimited supply of food that was good, but not very good for us. Patty, on the other hand, was a part of a co-op with all of her roommates, and they bought a lot of healthy, natural, and nutritious food. Did I mention she was smart? She even took a year off to travel in Alaska before her senior year of college, which was a very radical idea at the time. That's actually where she met her husband, Mark Sant. I remember our coach being worried that she wouldn't come back to school, but she did. In fact, she ended up having a tremendous senior season at Princeton. She also loved to dance. Without reservation, I might add. Patty was not shy. She was very expressive, especially while dancing in the locker room. That was an example of the free spirit in her. She was funny. She made us laugh. That's my description of Patty off the ice. However, on the ice was a different story. She was tough. She played with an edge. She was a big, strong defenseman who was an excellent skater. She also had a hard shot from the blue line that, as a forward, I tried to avoid. She was one of those players who, when there was a collision with another player, she was the one left standing. She was a rock. You know the type. They get more penalties because they're stronger on their skates. That was Patty. You didn't mess with her. Unfortunately, Patty and Dick are no longer with us. Patty's life was cut short in 1990 at the age of 28. After battling a rare blood disease called TTP. This disease caused a number of strokes late in Patty's life, including one that eventually led to her death. 8 months before she passed away, however, she gave birth to her daughter, Serena. Serena is doing well and is now married and the mother of 2 young children. Dick was a regular at this event until his health started to fail. He loved standing in front of the audience and sharing his thoughts about Patti, this award, and his deep admiration for women's sports, especially women's hockey. In his own humble way, he would thank USA Hockey and all the sponsors who are involved each year in supporting this event. In March of 2013, Dick asked me to write a letter to Dave Ogren at USA Hockey, requesting that I serve as a liaison of sorts between the Kazmaier family and USA Hockey. He also wanted me to fill in and speak on behalf of the family whenever they were unable to attend. To be honest, I thought it was a little strange that he wanted this to be in a formalized letter, but I soon understood why. On August 1st, 2013, Dick Kazmaier passed away at the age of 82. So, it is my honor to stand before you on behalf of the Kazmaier and Sant families who regret not being able to attend. They wanted to express their appreciation to USA Hockey, who established this award and who has been so instrumental in the growth of women's hockey. They also wanted to recognize the NHL, NCAA, and Marriott for their support and sponsorship of the 2018 Patty Kazmaier Memorial Award ceremony. In closing, I just want to direct a few words of encouragement to the players in the room. You guys are awesome, and I know you're probably all tired and could have come up with different ways to spend your morning today. I thank you for being here. I also commend you for the journey you have taken together with your teams, as I'm sure it hasn't been easy. But I hope you've been able to appreciate this time in your life and how special it is. Once it's over, I think you'll miss it. It may not be until later in life that you fully grasp how fortunate you were to have played Division I women's hockey at this point in history. You have so many opportunities that didn't exist in the past, and you may never again experience a group that shares the same type of closeness that you have with your college teammates and staff once your playing days are over. Regardless of wins and losses, this is a special time. Soak it up, remember it, cherish it. I also want to encourage you to keep in touch with each other and invest in each other's lives after you graduate. These friendships will be important, especially as you get older. Things will happen, good and bad, and you'll be able to be there for each other, celebrating the joys and the victories of life or helping each other through the tough times that may be coming down the road. I speak from experience when I say that these relationships can be incredibly meaningful as time goes by. Hang on to them. Life is short and time is precious. Patty Kazmaier's family knows that. And I'm sure many of you know that from experience. Life isn't always easy. One thing I've learned is that it's important to tell the people you love and appreciate that you love and appreciate them. One of my former players is currently battling stage 4 cancer, and she's in town this weekend. I'm meeting with her right after this banquet, and some of her former teammates are also getting together with her tonight. I'm so excited to see her because it's been many years. She only played for 2 seasons, and during that time, we weren't always happy with each other, but we reconnected recently and I heard about her health problems. And let me tell you, nothing from the past matters now except that we care about each other and we want to be there for each other. I look forward to giving her a big hug when I see her, and I'm going to tell her that I love and appreciate her. Maybe there's someone you want to say that to. Don't be afraid to do it. Remember, life is short and time is precious. Again, congratulations to today's finalists and all 4 teams. And thank you everyone for supporting the Patty Kazmaier Memorial Award. Take care and God bless.
Thank you so much, Laura, for sharing that and bringing Patty back to life for so many people to really experience what this is all about. You have a very unique perspective. Thank you for that. Now, before we take a look at the top 10 Patty Kazmaier Memorial Award finalists, we need to, as she mentioned, salute the corporate sponsors that stepped up to make this whole event, the whole campaign possible. The National Hockey League Foundation, the NCAA, and Marriott Hotels. As we all know, events like this don't happen without corporate support, and we're most appreciative of how they have contributed to be a part of this celebration. So let's give them a round of applause. Hey, St. Louis, how you guys doing back there? Awesome. Was the food good? Excellent. All right. As we said, it's been another terrific year. And you guys want to watch this because these pretty cool players you're going to see here. Because you look at what they've done, the great performers, the stars. But even though they're stars, they're still teammates. And that's something you always have to remember. That even if you're the best, you got to bring everybody with you. Because if you don't have everybody on board, you're not going to go too far. So now let's take a look at this year's Patty Kazmaier Memorial Award Top 10 finalists.
Sportsmanship, skill, character, and love for the game. The Patty Kazmaier Memorial Award was founded on these principles. In a few moments, another winner will join this exclusive group of women's collegiate hockey players honored for their excellence on and off the ice. The collective achievements of these athletes are truly inspiring. Here is the Patty Kazmaier Memorial Award Top 10 Class of 2018. A fearless force on University of Minnesota's blue line, senior Sydney Baldwin led all WCHA defensemen in scoring, while posting career highs with 12 goals and 20 assists. Her 24 career goals tied for 7th among all-time Gopher defenders. She also led the conference with 76 blocked shots and was named the WCHA's Defensive Player of the Year and Player of the Year. A sophomore sensation between the pipes, University of Wisconsin's Kristen Campbell backstopped the Badgers to a 31-4-2 overall record heading into this weekend's Frozen Four. Campbell led the NCAA with the most shutouts, 12 in total, and an impressive 6 straight wins against ranked opponents. Boasting a .942 save percentage and a 1.13 goals against average, she was named the 2017-2018 WCHA Goaltender of the Year. Savannah Harmon, a senior standout at Clarkson University, anchored the Golden Knights defense that ranked 4th in the NCAA in goals against entering the Frozen Four. She ranked 2nd among blue liners in plus-minus at +52, a mark that led all ECAC defenders this season. Harmon also led all conference defensemen with 34 points, becoming 2nd all-time among defensemen in Clarkson school history. Senior Brittany Howard once again led the offensive attack for Robert Morris University, winning her 2nd consecutive CHA scoring title with a league-leading 25 goals and 49 points. Howard solidified her place among the nation's top scoring threats, sitting 2nd among active collegians in career goals, assists, and points. In her final season as a forward with the Colonials, she was twice named CHA Player of the Month. Boston College forward Katrin Lonergan has skyrocketed into one of the nation's top scorers. In just her sophomore season, Lonergan was 2nd in the nation with 70 points, finding the score sheet in a staggering 32 out of 34 games, with multiple point performances 21 times. She tallied the 4th highest single-season point total in Hockey East history, while shattering the Boston College sophomore records for points and assists. Tony Ann Miano, a senior at Boston College, was the nation's leading point getter and goal scorer among Division I defensemen. Miano also led all blue liners in points per game and goals per game, while recording an impressive +45 rating. Her career totals established Hockey East records for defensemen with 26 goals and 65 points, while also setting the Boston College record for goals by a defenseman. Clarkson University's Shay Tiley played the most minutes of all ECAC goaltenders, and she turned them into gold. Entering the Frozen Four, the senior netminder led the conference with sparkling numbers: 33 wins, a 1.25 goals against average, and a .942 save percentage. Tiley recorded an 8-1-1 record against top 10 opponents, and her 10 shutouts helped earn her ECAC Goaltender of the Month honors twice this season. Now, in alphabetical order, here are the top 3 finalists for the 2018 Patty Kazmaier Memorial Award. Our first top 3 finalist is a world-class skater with a dead-on wrist shot. She became Boston University's all-time scoring leader this season and finished her 4-year career with 104 goals and 198 total points. Her stellar senior season featured 10 multi-goal games, including 2 4-goal efforts, and the most hat tricks in the country with 4. She also led the NCAA in both goals per game and shots on goal per game. The Milton, Ontario native was twice named Hockey East Player of the Month in November and January. Away from the ice, she actively volunteers in initiatives benefiting Do It for Darren and Skating Strides Against Breast Cancer. Please welcome, from Boston University, senior forward Victoria Bach. Our next top 3 finalists showed explosive offensive talent in her junior season, heading into the Frozen Four with 74 points and 35 goals. This prolific scorer led the ECAC in multiple offensive categories and recorded a point in 27 of 34 games, including 22 multi-point performances throughout the regular season. A clutch performer, she tallied 6 game-winning goals, helping her earn 3 ECAC Hockey Player of the Month awards. The Kitchener, Ontario native contributes her time doing charitable work for Potsdam Elementary School, Community Outreach Cleanup, and the Little Knights Club. Please welcome Clarkson University junior forward Lauren Gable. Our final top 3 nominee is the only freshman in this year's top 10 class, but she took college hockey by storm as the nation's leading scorer with 82 points. Her 42 goals and 2.15 points per game are best in the country heading into the Frozen Four. A dynamic offensive threat, she found the score sheet in 32 of 34 regular season games and recorded multiple points in 25 games. The newcomer wasted no time in making her name known, setting Hockey East freshman records for points, goals, and assists, earning her the honors as both Hockey East Rookie of the Year and Player of the Year. The Toronto, Ontario native gives back to her communities in Boston and her hometown, volunteering with the East Coast Jumbos, low-income hockey camps, and women's shelters in Toronto. Please welcome freshman forward from Boston College, Daryl Watts. Congratulations to all 10 of the 2018 Patty Kazmaier Memorial Award nominees.
Last time, can we have our 3 finalists please stand up and be recognized for their achievements this season? All 3 of you, get up so everybody can see you guys. It's right here in this envelope who the winner is. It was good because when I was looking, found my cable bill in here too I had to pay. So that could go to the winner as well. All right, so a lot of people want to know how we get to this point and how do these players get selected? Well, last month, the USA Hockey Foundation asked all the women NCAA Division I coaches to nominate players for the 2018 Patty Kazmaier Award. Players who were nominated by multiple coaches were then placed on the official ballot, which was then sent back to the coaches to vote for the top 10 finalists. The official ballots were tabulated by the nationally acclaimed firm PricewaterhouseCoopers. I had nothing to do with this. The top 3 finalists, as well as the recipient of the Patty Kazmaier Memorial Award, are chosen by a 13-member selection committee comprised of NCAA Division I women's ice hockey head coaches, representatives of the print and broadcast media, an at-large member, and a representative of USA Hockey, the national governing body for the sport of ice hockey here in the United States. I'd like to particularly thank those on the selection committee. Some members are with us today for their work. It's outstanding. It's difficult. It's never an easy. Well, you saw the video. You saw how talented these players are, yet they have to pick out just one to be bestowed this honor. The final votes of the selection committee were then tabulated by PricewaterhouseCoopers, And in this sealed envelope is the winner. It's sealed. Their label right there. So, we've had the outstanding members of the top 10 narrowed down to just 3. And from those 3 finalists, we will get our Patty Kazmaier Award winner, joining a group that's just 20. You will be number 21. Pretty cool. All right, it's time now to find out who that individual is. And to unveil the honor, I'd like to invite back to the podium Laura Halderson. Like a check presentation?
Is anybody else nervous? The winner of the 2018 Patty Kazmaier Memorial Award goes to Daryl Watts from Boston College.
Thank you. It's such an honor to receive the Patty Kazmaier Memorial Award. I'm humbled and honored to join the list of previous winners. Thank you to USA Hockey and the University of Minnesota for hosting us today. Patty Kazmaier's achievements in life and in sport will serve as an inspiration for all women who play ice hockey now and in the future. Victoria Bach and Lauren Gable are outstanding players and very deserving of this award. I was honored to be nominated for this award alongside both of you. I would like to congratulate the top 10 finalists for their amazing seasons, in particular my teammates Tony Ann Miano and Katrin Lonergan. I'd like to thank my family. You're my biggest fans, and I'm so thankful for all your unconditional love and support throughout my life and hockey career. My teammates are the reason why I'm up here today. I'm so lucky and grateful to be able to play on a team with such skilled and talented teammates on the ice, and then be surrounded by kind, caring, and fun teammates off of the ice. I'm so thankful for them, as they've made me not only a better player, but also, more importantly, a better person. To my coaches, Katie Crowley, Courtney Kennedy, and Courtney Sheary, you guys are the best coaches I've ever had. My teammates and I are also lucky that we get to learn from you every day. You guys are so kind and caring, and we appreciate that more than you could ever imagine. You are such amazing people, and most importantly, you make coming to the rink every day fun and welcoming. I'm thankful and fortunate that you gave me the opportunity to attend Boston College. Finally, I would like to thank our support staff, Aaron, Durf, Russ, Liz, Patrice, and Carly. Thank you so much for all of your tireless work and contributions. Good luck to Clarkson and Colgate tomorrow in the finals. Thank you.
Congratulations to our winner on an outstanding season. Great work. Congratulations to our runners-up. Certainly outstanding years for you both. Thanks again for everyone coming out here today to celebrate the life of Patty Kazmaier. And remember, don't forget tomorrow, championship game, Colgate in Clarkson faces off at 2. Good luck to them. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you, St. Louis, and we'll see you next year.
I've got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off of it.